Currently, marketing is more data driven, right? Startups are basically early stages of a bigger organizations, right? MBA is not only classroom study, it is beyond classroom studies. Those things basically make you stronger in terms of teamwork. You get freedom to experiment or the freedom to learn is more. Where you work with a bigger team, but at the end, you are the one who is driving the car to the
So, hello everyone. Welcome to the next episode of Kathor Vani, brought to you by Student Alumni Committee of I Am Rohtak. Today, we are delighted to have Santosh Mishra, a growth-focused marketing expert, as a guest speaker today. Santosh is an alumni of I Am Rohtak from the PGDM batch of 2021. He was serving as the Associate Director of Marketing at HealthPlix, where he oversaw brand and marketing strategies, and going to join another firm in next few days. At one of his previous companies, he achieved remarkable results that includes 10 times increase in customer acquisition and built brand and marketing from scratch during his tenure. Santosh has extensive experience in crafting brand strategies that have positioned his companies as leaders in their respective fields. During his time at IIM Rohtak, he was an active and engaged student holding several leadership positions. His involvement in these activities highlights his dedication to both academics and social engagement. He actively invests in startups as well as mentors them. Thank you so much, Santosh, for joining us today.
Thanks, Rujax, for the kind introduction. Looking forward to the interaction today.
So now let's begin with the formal segment. So my first question is, what tools should MBA students learn to analyze marketing performance effectively, and how can students cultivate these skills during their studies? Before moving on to that, let's know what is actually marketing. It is the process of identifying customer needs and creating, promoting, and delivering products or services to satisfy those needs profitably.
Currently, marketing is more data driven. Right now, every decision taken in B2C or B2B marketing is data driven. People look at the data. So, when I'm telling about data, tools like Google Analytics, tools like Mixpanel, tools like different type of analytics tool which is available in the market is something MBA student must learn about it. Like they should know the basic about it so that when they get a chance to do hands-on during their job, it will be easy for them. Because marketing from a traditional creative approach is moving to a mode where it is more data-driven decisions are taken. So analytics tool is something which every one of us should learn about it.
So my second question is, what common misconceptions about startups should students be aware of, and how to navigate those challenges?
The common misconception about startups are basically work pressure, job insecurity, even like the tremendous work pressure is something which is there. But when you are joining a startup, you are taking that wise call that you want to learn more and grow more in your career. So if you are clear about those two steps, right, those two things about your career, then it will not be a misconception for sure. You'll be able to adapt to the changes which is happening in the startup because startups are basically early stages of a bigger organizations, right? So there will be changes which is there. So and there will be quick changes which will be there, which might not be there in MNC. So when you are joining a startup, you are clear about it, and it will not be an issue.
Okay. Let's have a fun fact about startups. Airbnb, one of the world's most successful companies, was initially called Air Bed and Breakfast and started as a way for the founders to rent out air mattresses in their apartment to help cover their rent. So the next question is, how important is it for MBA students to engage in projects with startups while studying, and what should they look for exactly?
Yeah, I did have a pretty good experience in working with startups during my MBA, and I kind of vouch for it that students should explore it because when you're working in a MNC versus when you're working with a startup, the freedom to experiment or the freedom to learn is more. So during my MBA career, I used to work with at least during 2 years, I worked with 10 plus startups. That is what I'm telling. Like I might have worked in brand research, I might have worked in brand building, I might have worked in social media, I might have worked in consulting and all. Those things basically helped me to build a strong foundation for my career on a long term Tell me about digital marketing, I know about it. Tell me about PR, tell me about market research, I know about it. So MBA is not only classroom study, it is beyond classroom studies. If you explore more and more, it will definitely be easy to kind of adapt to the changes which is happening in the corporate world. If you want to make your corporate career easy, then do as much as exploration as possible during your MBA. That is where you get the additional time to explore and freedom to not to make mistakes and all.
Yes, exactly. So, if we are talking about MBA, let's also talk about IIMs. And a fun fact about that is that IIM Calcutta was the first Indian Institute of Management to be set up with collaboration from MIT Sloan School of Management. And the students began to share typewriters due to limited resources. And today, IIMs are considered premier management institutes, and MBA degrees from them are highly coveted both in India and globally. Exactly. So, like moving on to the next question, like how did participating in various extracurricular activities shape your leadership skills and prepare you for the challenges in the business world?
Got it. I'm someone from my engineering days, I am quite active in terms of participating in extracurricular, kind of getting involved in different type of activities. In I am Rohtak, I used to work with different committees. During my engineering, I used to lead a team which built a Formula Student race car and participated in a national level event and all. Those things basically make you stronger in terms of teamwork. You get to know about the team dynamics, you get to know about how exactly to work with teams, you get to know how exactly to adapt to the changes, you get to know how to plan things. So when you're in corporate career, you get enough opportunity to lead a team. But during an initial stage, if you have the liberty to kind of lead a team, that is where you come handy on it. Like you are managing a team of 25 members during your MBA days itself. That makes you a leader itself when you come to the corporate arena. So for me, teamwork is something which is there. And then coming to the project planning, kind of giving different tasks, delegating it to others, kind of get the common out of it. That is something which is really required for working in terms of leadership and all.
So now we'll end the formal segment, and I would like to invite Muskan for beginning with the informal segment.
Thank you, Rudraksh. Hi, Santosh.
Hey,
So I
hey,
have
hi,
a few
Muskan.
questions to ask from you. So the first one would be, hi, Santosh. So what would be something that is still pending on your bucket list?
Okay, maybe a foreign trip that is pending.
Okay, any specific location for it?
No specific location. Everybody wants to kind of have a stamp on that. Maybe Europe.
Oh, that's really great. And what is something that you thought you would do at a B school but couldn't do at a B school?
Okay, I wanted to win a lot of corporate competitions. That is something which I really wanted. I won a few, but yeah, I was not able to win a lot of them.
Okay, and one other question that I have is that if you could, like, design a new committee or a club, what it could be and what should be something that would be the USP of it?
Mm, a new committee or club, you want to say?
Yeah, yeah.
There must be something related to fun activities only, like stress-free activities only. Like there are clubs I know which do things aside from their direct work. Even in our clubs, you do something or other. So there should be something which will reduce the mental stress, I would say, because recent cases of mental stress around universities has definitely affected me. Like be it the case of I am Ahmedabad, IIT Guwahati and all. So something related to fun only, kind of which will be helpful for everyone in terms of mental stress. Like mental health should be improved.
That's really great. I would love to be a part of that. And apart from that, if you had to compare your MBA journey to any TV show or a movie, what would it be?
I never compare my MBA journey to TV shows or movie. Rather, I compared it to a F1 race always. Like it's high speed adrenaline race because I'm a F1 fan. So where you work with a driver, where you work with a bigger team, but at the end you are the one who is driving the car to the podium and all. So I compare it with the F1 race always.
Okay, that's really great.
For all the MBA aspirants out there, MBA is a roller coaster of rigorous academics, networking opportunities, as well as personal growth. While the workload can be intense, leveraging your peers and faculty for support will enhance your learning expertise. And remember, it's not just about a degree, it's about building relationships and gaining insights that will shape your future career.
Great. So I would now like to invite Ishita for a rapid fire round.
I'm scared now.
Hi Santosh.
Hi,
We will
Ishita.
begin. Yeah, so we'll begin with the rapid fire now. So in this, I will ask you some words, and you have to just tell what's the first thing that comes to your mind after listening to those words. Okay.
Got it.
So beginning with the first word, that is it's startup.
My own startup.
Okay. So
To be
yeah.
honest, in startup, I consider Ether Energy to be one of the pioneers in terms of EV. So that comes into my mind.
Okay. Okay. So the second word is investment.
My first angel investment.
Okay. Okay, so moving on to the third word, that's trend.
Sorry, I'm not getting anything in mind. But yeah, stock market investing is something which is trending right now.
Okay. So I think let's move on to some little informal words rather than going for these heavy words.
Yes,
So
yes.
so the next word is weekend.
Trips and trekking.
Okay. And last word for this is committee.
PR committee.
Okay. So now I would like to know one word that you would associate for I am Rohtak.
Uh, Obviously, Kathors.
Okay. Then your MBA journey in 3 words.
Then committees. Third one was live projects.
Okay. Okay. So even though this conversation has been really insightful and interesting, we have reached the end of our podcast, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank our guest, Santosh Mishra, for taking out time from his busy schedule and joining us. Santosh, your journey from the corporate world to launching your own academy has given us all a very different perspective. Thank you for sharing your experiences and valuable insights with us today. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us.
Thanks a lot, Isita. Thanks, Muskan. Thanks, Dax.
If you all enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and tell us about your favorite part in the comments. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Success is not just about what you achieve, but how you empower others along the way. True leadership lies in lifting those around you, creating a legacy that transcends individual accomplishments. And with this thought, we end this podcast today, and make sure to like and subscribe the YouTube channel.